All right, this is where my Northeast accent comes out. I know I say water funny, but I'll try to do better. Always, always, always check all the water. Okay, if we're gonna lose them, if this is gonna end in tragedy, it's because they drowned. Okay, that's the reality. Yes, there are other dangers, heat and cold exposure, heights, traffic, all of that. Yeah, they're important, but none of them hold a candle to the danger of water with our kids when they go missing. Okay, our kids are 160 times more likely to drown than their neurotypical peers. 90% of deaths involving missing children under the age of 14 with autism involve drowning. 9 out of 10. If we're going to lose them, it's because they drown, and it's that critical. You have to check all the water. Okay. When I say check all the water, I don't just mean the lakes and rivers, okay? You have to make sure that you check all bodies of water. That includes all the swimming pools. Obviously, the pool in that individual's backyard is critical, but the neighbors' pools, the community pool that's 5 minutes down the road that they go to. I don't care if they're winterized, secured with fencing. It doesn't matter. Above ground, in ground, it doesn't matter. You have to check every pool conceivable that individual might make it to and get in trouble in. So this is where the what I said before about mobilizing your assets quickly and getting help quickly mobilized comes into play. So if you're calling for all these volunteers and first responders, rescue organizations, search and rescue groups, all these people, if they provide no other value to you, they're manpower, they're sets of eyes, because it's not good enough to just drive down a neighborhood and look over a fence and check a pool and cross that off a map saying, okay, we got that covered, he's not there, because it doesn't mean he's not on his way there in 15 minutes. These bodies of water not only have to be checked once, they have to be manned. You have to station somebody there to make sure that the individual doesn't end up there. This takes manpower, and there's no police department on earth that I've ever seen that can possibly do this the appropriate way using the squad manpower that's out there in any given shift. It can't be done. Call these people, get these people who are there to help, who live to help you, and if nothing else, they bring a lot more to the table than this, but if nothing else, use them as manpower assets to man these bodies of water. Okay? Winterized pools doesn't matter. There is no sense of security. A very good friend of mine from Boston, who's actually an autism advocate himself, tells a harrowing story of, in the nick of time, finding his son's feet hanging out from under the winterized pool cover of his backyard pool in the dead of winter in a snowstorm. His son was 17 at the time and just almost made it underneath the pool cover. Okay, so there is no sense of security here. Whether there's fencing, doesn't matter. They still have to be checked and manned. Okay. Pools, rivers, lakes, obviously, but don't forget your streams, and even very, very shallow streams, like a foot of water. It doesn't matter. There's debris there. There's overgrown vegetation. There's mush. There's mud. There's things that can grab onto, especially kids, and cause a lot of danger and a lot of risk of drowning in very, very shallow bodies of water. So don't forget to check your streams and any other bodies of water that might be overlooked in your initial cursory search. Okay, drainage basins. It doesn't matter if they're fenced in, chain link. Doesn't matter. My son will scale a chain link fence if something on the other side draws his interest. And a lot of these drainage basins are simply nothing more than stockade fencing or horse fencing, where our guys can just crawl in and get themselves into trouble very quickly. Okay, so don't forget about that. This is where knowing your neighborhood and knowing your area really comes into play. You don't want to be caught by surprise by a lake or a small stream that's in the woods that you didn't know about during these types of events. So take some time and learn your neighborhoods and figure out where they are. It's a good idea to have these plans in place just in case this happens in one of your residential neighborhoods. All right.